You think your OF members know I'm a cuck? I mean, that right there that's an admission right there. So, I mean, we know now. All right, guys. Bombshell just dropped from Coach Greg Doucette about Larry Wills. Apparently, just ended his career. You already see the thumbnail. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. See what Coach Greg's got for us today.
Well, really thought that he was about to cuck me. Nice try. I am not a cuck. For anyone out there wondering, there is no cuckoldry going on here.
Why would he throw that out there? I am not a cuck. There is no cuckoldery going on here. When we
Sure.
have visual evidence that he is, I'm not a cuck. There's no.
All right, let's stop and read. You think your OF members know I'm a cuck? I mean, that right there that's an admission right there. So, I mean, we know now if this is actually Larry Wheels. I doubt that Coach Greg. I don't know. I don't know. I doubt that Coach Greg will put this out if it wasn't Larry Wheels, but I don't know how his proof plays out. So let's go ahead and watch a little bit further in the video.
Also, Larry, you think your OF members know I'm a cuck? I can tell them. Most likely. One day, I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuckold.
Brother Larry. Bro. So for me, I'm not shaming anybody. You're into what you're into. You like what you like. For me, it's just crazy to see somebody that, for as long as I've been watching the fitness industry, I would say this man has been at the pinnacle, one of the most popular, one of the strongest, sets multiple strength records. This is the last thing that I would expect to see out of this man. These text messages, Larry, if these really are you, bro. And right now, current Larry is scrolling through. I mean, if you scroll through his social media, not really addressing a lot. This did come out a few weeks ago. We're responding to this late. Sorry, guys, I just got the channel up. But this did happen a few weeks ago. These text messages or WhatsApp messages or whatever got revealed, got leaked. So we're going to have to respond to a few more videos. Yo, Larry, this is crazy, bro. All right, let's go ahead and dive back into this.
Larry Wheels is actually a cuck. And I'm not suggesting maybe. I'm not saying I think. I'm saying that I know. This is important. Special. Coach Greg, in today's video, you're not going to believe it. Well, some of you are going to believe it, but most of you probably not. But I have proof. And so a number of you sent me a video of Larry Wheels and his wife going after my girlfriend, Mepsigram. What?
Greg, hold on. Gregory. Time, brother. Time. She looks like she's like 25. Greg is not 25. I know that to be a fact, sir. Anyways, I'm not saying you look bad, Greg. Hey, more power to you. I see you, brother. No disrespect to nothing. You know, we're not out here hating. Okay, so they have something to say.
I wouldn't mind if she went and attacked Coach Greg. Hey, you're a manlet, a loser, washed up, old, short, a hobbit, snake oil salesman, a loser.
Greg, is this what goes through your head about yourself? Nah, I'm kidding. You know I'm just kidding, Greg. You know I'm kidding. But dang, he pulled out everything.
You want to, Coach Greg, I don't care. But when you go and attack my girlfriend for no reason who did nothing wrong at all,
Agreed.
well, you're then making it personal. And so, since you want to get
You've breached the corporate veil, my brother.
personal, I'm now going to talk about the things that I know and that I actually have proof. And so, Larry Wheels is actually a cuck. Now, I'm not suggesting maybe, I'm not saying I think, I'm saying that I know. And so Larry gets off on knowing, watching, enjoying the fact that his girlfriend, wife, partner, whatever you want to call it, is having sexy time with other men. And not only that, Let's film it. Yeah, I love that angle.
Greg, true. He said, I love hey, but look at the seriousness on his face, though. All seriousness, bro, means 1000% disrespect right now. And again, I agree, Greg. I feel you. I would be upset as well if somebody came after my imaginary girlfriend here. But, man, he acting it out, though. All right, let's get back.
Yeah, get it in all 8 inches. A little bit deep.
Greg, bro. All right.
Make sure that you finish.
Oh, and in case you're thinking I'm making this shit up, I got this from John Bravo. Now, I only got part of it. There's a whole bunch more. I heard it.
It's incredible.
And so
Greg got a new editor. Huh.
release
A new
the
editing
Larry
style.
files. And so if you want to know in full details exactly what's going on, remember, I'm not even going to say what he's done. It's far too gross for this channel. Type in the comment section, John released the Larry files. Look at Larry's face right here.
Ooh, see this right here, Larry, is where you might have f***ed up, buddy. You put your face in the text.
Disappointed!
I mean, again, these could be fabricated text messages. This could be a whole op mission, but for John Bravo, who's supposed to be built on credibility, to go ahead and say something about this, crack the story, and then to share this information with Coach Greg, I mean, they must have been sitting on this, and to have your face in the text is the nail in the coffin, brother. The fact that you're not addressing this currently is, I mean, like, from what I've seen, you're ducking and dodging, bro. You got some splaining to do.
Are you even kidding me right now? Ha 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 ha. WBAT. You think your OF members know I'm a cuck? Most likely, I can tell them.
So we got a full face picture, and then 3-4 text messages later, we have an admission of the very claim that you are trying to deny. Bro. I mean, Larry's going through it, bro. I don't know if this lady is driving him insane. I know his financial situation has to be driving him insane. Spending all that money on all the craziness that he came out about. I guess hopefully he's gotten that together, but apparently looking at this, it doesn't seem like that's the case. So with all that going on, probably still going on, now he's got Coach Greg and John Bravo, and probably soon to be the entire fitness community breathing down his throat. Pause. All right, let's get back into it.
Thinking this is AI or you don't believe it? I got this straight from John Bravo. Does John Bravo ever release anything that he does not have proof? And so he's talked with a number of these individuals, and he's sent them these files, these conversations, these pictures. And so it's all true. And I wish it wasn't. And so, Larry Wheels, one day I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuckold with the bowing down sign. And so, hey, Larry likes being a cuck. He enjoys it. He gets off on it. It's his thing. It's his fetish. And say, hey, whatever a grown man wants to do, a grown man.
Bro, okay. Greg, where are you going, dog? This man definitely has a new editor, or just a new editing style. This man is off screen with it.
Wants to do. But I'm here to warn you that if you don't want to become a grown man who wants to do this, there's a few things you need to avoid. And so remember, I'm trying to make educational videos. And of course, there's a lot of drama in this video, but there's educational content as well. Why do you think Larry wants to do this? Why do you think he enjoys this? Well, Larry has abused performance-enhancing drugs, namely steroids.
If he's about to go where I think he's about to go, yeah, they do say that using, especially Tren, using these things can literally turn you gay.
Why are you gay?
We've already seen Greg talk about this with Coach Mike. Let's see where he goes with this. We'll see if I'm right.
on for years, started as a teenager, and he admits this. Have you not heard of what tren can do to your brain? There are literally men who are straight who turn gay. There's men of the world out there like Mike Israetel, you know, Mr. Mike.
Hey, I mean, I'm on. I'm on. This is all research, though. Definitely one of the things that I've researched because, I mean, even for me growing up in high school, there was some people that I was around that we knew weren't natural. They were taking some stuff, experimenting, whatever, and they were always extremely fruity for no reason. Overly fruity, joking, overly jokey, uh, overly touchy. We good on that, bro.
And he mentions how it alters your brain. All you feel is rage. We've even had Derek, you know, from More Plates, More Dates, explain how tren can change your attraction. And so combine the use of performance enhancing drugs, steroids, tren, you name it, along with self gratification at an early age. Going through magazines, you know what's in those magazines, or perhaps watching videos or cam girls. And imagine that rewiring your brain, the dopamine.
And again, like we said, apparently Larry was heavy on the cam girls. I mean, he said he was spending 5 figures a day. I think it was 4 or 5 figures a day. Don't quote me. I'm not an expert. I'm just the side messenger. But man, bro was spinning. And so, yeah, I think the tren definitely did its work on him in changing whatever it could change.
You're getting from these events. And so you literally require this, you know.
This man, okay, Greg, hold on, bro. I'm distracted now. I mean, I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I see the new style. I see it maintaining retention throughout the deeper part of the video. But bro, what are we watching? This is cool and everything, but I feel like I'm in like 3rd grade. You don't gotta do this. You don't gotta brain game me and like, bro, I could lock in on what you're talking about. This is interesting. Is this not interesting? Drop a comment. I mean, drop a like or something. If this whole Larry Wheels thing actually has you interested, because like how? Oh, the downfall has to be studied at a tremendously deep level, because how do you go from on top of the fitness world to blowing all your money, falling out with your best friend publicly, and now, I mean, you have a wife, and it's almost like you're using her as bait to hit the limelight and revamp your image and make some money to maybe pay off some bad decisions. Who knows? But all right, man, Greg, let's lock in though, bro. I'm not trying to watch no puzzles and Legos.
To get off. And so if you don't want to end up like this, hey, be careful. Don't use steroids. And so you think it's just the gyno, the balding, the pimples, the acne on your back.
No, for one of the first things that I ever saw when researching what these things are, what they do, how they affect the body, is the emphasis on the mental part of the side effects, whether it be positive or negative, and how it really can just change your brain chemistry. So
perhaps the fact that it's going to take years off of your life, as if that wasn't bad enough, but it can also change your sexual desires. And so does anyone want that? And so normally perhaps Larry Wheels enjoys tag teaming with his wife, girlfriend, and so on. Perhaps that's what he's enjoyed, but this time he's going to get tag teamed by Coach Greg and John Bravo, 2 of the most infamous characters on the internet that you don't.
does he need to pause this, chat? I feel like he had to pause that one, bro.
Want to fuck around with. And I'm not talking about actually having sexy time with us. I'm talking about messing with us, poking.
You're not on that type of time.
Or saying things out of character.
It's Myron. He says, I see trouble in the rose. And that was like the 2nd or 3rd time he DM'd me and then I sent his message because I.
See, the craziest thing for me is if these messages and all this is real and true, and John Bravo and Coach Greg are hitting the nail on the head, this girl's credibility is shot shocked. I mean, I'm not saying she's the most credible person in the world already, but to just be sitting here going along so hard. I mean, can I find somebody as loyal as this? Lord, I see what you've done for other. No, I'm kidding. But look, she is really riding with it, going all the way. And if this is real, she 100% knows. She already knows, and she's choosing to still rock with bro, despite that. And she's taking advantage of, I think, his willingness to let her, go out and have a few hall passes every now and then. But for her to just be sitting back, I mean, watch her face when he says, I'm not a cuck. I haven't even watched it yet, but we're going to see. Next time he says something about denying the claim, let's see how serious she looks.
Bro really thought that he was about to cuck me.
The look of concern, he doesn't even look confident in that statement. But she definitely don't look confident in that statement. Oh, no.
Claimed not a cuck. Bringing up the lingerie, there is no cuckoldry going on here.
And so
The nervous laugh.
Bringing up
The nervous laugh. Instantly looks at her. Confirm it. Don't do no kind of funny stuff on this camera right now. I just need you to confirm. And the nervous laugh, she didn't even look back at him. She knew exactly what it was.
there is no cuckoldry going on here.
And so now
Nervous laughter.
we heard that Larry Wheels is a cuck.
Right here in 4K in text, brother.
Does it not change everything that he's done in his past? For example, remember that time when Larry Wheels released his OF account?
Frankly, I'm disappointed. Like, I thought more people want to see my jump, but it turns out there's only 63 people.
And so it turns out Larry Wheels shocked as well as I am. Only 65 people were willing to pay the $20 to see Larry Wheels' jump.
$20.
Larry had an OF account and took it down after one, perhaps 2 days.
Dang.
Under 100 members.
This is going too long, bro. Get this clip out of here.
This was what he was after. Or do you remember how Larry spoke about spending 5 figures a day, over $10,000 a day on cam girls? And I was thinking, how can it possibly cost $10,000 a day to talk to a girl on the phone? Well, if these are the fantasies that you possess, if this is what you want your women to do, it can, in fact, get very expensive, especially in Dubai. And so, imagine.
So he's with this girl now, and I think he's having to make enough money to finance her. I mean, what could it be? Why would you be going around on podcast after podcast, after stream after stream, and just dangling your woman in front of the world? Why? I mean, and these other, high profile men, what are you doing?
Spending $100,000 or more each and every month, several $100,000, so much so that Larry Wheels had basically no money.
Fast forward to the last, I want to say 8 months, every single month, I have been spending any and every last bit of extra money that I have come in monthly on campsites.
And so we've seen the video where he took $50,000 from his friend in order to put a down payment on his house. And to this day, I don't believe he's gotten his money back. How is it possible that Larry, with millions of followers, should have millions of dollars, would need to take $50,000 from a friend to put as a down payment on a house? Like, does that make sense? And so as I was watching his videos, piecing things together, I'm thinking, how can Larry Wheels possibly state that he trusts his woman, that he didn't require to sign a prenup? After all, he trusts
Larry. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Didn't sign the prenup. Oh, she's definitely running him for the bread. I mean, look at the life is gone in this man's eyes, bro. The light, you could always tell by the eyes, gone.
Well, A, he likes being treated like a cuck. He wants to be controlled. He wants women to dominate.
And they throw him on the meme.
There are men out there, I do believe that girls, they call them
Hey.
girls. They have tons of money And they want women to spend it all, to belittle them, to put them down. Hey, the women who are on OF and they get guys who are spending, I'm talking about $1 million or more. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. But these guys,
They do.
have something wrong
They do.
with them to want to
They
give
do.
them this much money. But yet they exist. And you're thinking there's no way this is true. It is true. There are women out there getting this kind of money from men, and they're not even hot. They're nothing special about them. But these men allow them to use them. And so now that we know all this, is it not changing the story just a little bit? I started thinking this when I saw a female's post on Instagram, and she mentioned that previously she had been with a man who wanted her to bang other dudes. She was hesitant. She was reluctant to this. She didn't want it to happen. And I'm thinking, that's Larry Wheels X. And so I was going to add this to the video, but I went to find it. And so I saw that it was deleted. And so perhaps she had some regrets, some remorse, but there is proof after all. And so those of you who had already saw that, you know this to be true.
What is going on? We're not even gonna bring that energy toward this channel. Dog, what is this?
X's says this. Why would she say that? Do you think she's making this shit up? And even if she didn't, there's lots of other girls who have said the exact same thing. It's not a one-off. It's not somebody trying to bribe him to try to extort money from him. And so when you watch Larry speak now, we're going to watch right now. Larry literally saying, I'm not a cuck. And so watch this video together and we'll see. Does Larry not look like he's a cuck in this video? Does
Dang,
he
you
not
pulling the
look
receipts.
like
All right.
he actually wants his wife to bang Rampage Jackson? And so remember,
Play-
you can see she's
Oh.
playing with her hair. She's adjusting the grid. She's looking at Rampage seductively. We're thinking, what is going on? If my woman were to look at the way,
She adjusting the head sideways, doing one of these with the hair is crazy work. Larry, dog, you're paying monetarily and with your soul for this woman, bro.
yeah, it's clearly over. But
Chat, don't spam RIP Larry, because we got to get him up out of there, man. We got to get him away from her. It's gonna mess up the funds, brother, because you didn't go in with the prenup. But the only way for you is to get up out of there, man. You're killing all your credibility and respect.
what if he wanted her to do this? Have you ever thought of that? What if he wants her to seduce him? She wants his manliness inside of her everywhere, all over, and perhaps he'll play with it a little bit later. Gargle it one last time before going down the hatch. You know what I'm saying. And what about this scene?
Try it out, man. No. Brother. You got blue belt?
He said you should try it out like it's a wit. Yeah, bro. That new joint got like 750 horses in it. You should try it out. Crazy work. You should try it out. Bro, I wonder if they even like each other. I mean, he definitely likes her, but I wonder if she likes him back. I don't think so. I think she just see the free come up.
Let me see. Yeah, people see. No. Hey, I don't want to roll with your wife, man. Bro, your wife hot as hell.
Larry saying, I want you to wrestle with my wife. She's all
To your face. Talking about some, couldn't wrestle with your wife. She's too hot. But it's like, we've seen Larry fight, and I don't think Larry stands a chance against Rampage. So he just has to laugh it off. And then again, there's the element of now after seeing these messages, he might be enjoying it.
dressed in spandex and tights. Remember Larry Wheel's supermodel wife? Seen it all the time. Supermodel wife. And so Rampage is thinking, bro, I'm not doing this with your wife. Like, really? And so he
That's not what Rampage is thinking. Rampage is thinking, I will do this with your wife. Mother. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, dangling your wife like some bait over the sharks is crazy work, man. Crazy work.
would say into having sexy time. Hey, I'm going to get them all sweaty, rubbing all over each other's bodies, and perhaps later they'll get together. She'll get out her phone, film it, and then I can get off and do what I do best.
Can
Pleasure
do what I
myself
do best.
on my own while watching
He said, "Do what I do best."
a woman be with another man.
I know that's like flip farming, whatever. That's like I'm feeling him touching my hair, whatever. I was, huh?
Right?
I mean, he's fine, but no, not he's not my type.
Larry is disappointed. He wants her to say,
Hating ass. You see the disappointment, but bro, you already knew what you think you was doing, dangling the treasure in front of the pirates, brother. What are you doing?
yeah, he's better looking than you, Larry.
I want his blackness inside of me more than you.
I want
Greg
him
is
to take him
wilding
to
out,
the
bro.
dark side.
2026 Greg is wilding.
Wants to be humiliated. He wants her to want him, but it's awkward. Not many women meet men such as this, and so it's not very comfortable. It takes time for her to think, you know what? He wants me to bang other dudes, but Larry doesn't want to bang other girls. He doesn't want other girls. He wants his girl to want other men. And in case you're wondering,
That's a strange dynamic.
I had this happen twice in my life. I was coaching a guy who was about 20 years ago. I'm not making this shit up. And he wanted to pay me $500 to bang his wife. I said, there's no way I'm doing this. There's no way I'm going to bang your wife and have you watch. I was thinking, this was my first introduction to this. Remember, I'm old. This is not something normal that I would just have seen. And so I'm thinking, is
Right.
this a joke? I didn't get it. I told my friends later, I'm like, this guy wanted me. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. Some men like that. I'm like, really? There's no way. And so that was my first experience with this. Another time I met a woman. Remember, this is years ago, 20 plus years ago.
Greg said I was in there.
She got off on me telling her.
Yeah, hey, he had to clarify. This is years ago because it's Shorty watching. He said this is years ago. All right, Greg, we see you. He said I was a player.
Me to bang other women and to tell her, explain it. Do you have any videos? Do you have photos? I want to know. And I'm thinking, is this a test? Is she testing me to see what I will say or how I'll react? And how is it possible that a girl would want to know and hear about you banging other women? Would she not just jealous?
It's a disease.
Why is it that it turns her on? Not just want to hear about it, it turns her on. You have to. Essentially, could you please have sex with another woman and explain it to me in details or at least film it so that I can get off? It's a thing. It's real. I'm not making this shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. She didn't say no.
No, I just said, yeah, he's okay, but no, like he's not my type.
Her nervous laugh is terrible.
Absolutely distraught. He wants her to want him more than Larry himself. Larry is essentially like a girl. He wants her to desire other men who are high status, high value men. And so he really would want her to be with Rampage. He's got millions of dollars. Perhaps he's a UFC champion. He's got all of the accolades. And so he's the type of man that women want. And so that is who Larry would want her to want because he's essentially living vicariously through her. And so I don't know if this makes a person gay. Like if you want your partner to be with another man.
This is a great point that I was thinking about bringing up. But Greg, since you done already done it, let's stay on the topic and discuss. Drop a comment. You have to be gay. You have to be. That's the only, or I mean, you bi and gay are the same thing. Again, no hate, nothing against, nothing wrong. But you have to admit that if this is what you're doing, gotta admit it.
And you want to watch that man be with your partner. And so are you essentially imagining being the wife and you're receiving things from this man? Are you putting yourself in her shoes or in his shoes? Because if you were going to put yourself in his shoes, well, you already could. And so
She said
how would it benefit you to imagine yourself as him? Like, I don't get that. But if he's to imagine her, because after all, he's not a female, he doesn't have those parts. And so he can't be with a man in that fashion. And so does Larry secretly want to be?
I mean, so like maybe something's not working. Like it doesn't make sense. Yeah, why you would have to play up that fantasy in your head when you already are married to her and could live the fantasy yourself.
A girl? Is it possible? Hey, it's 2026. You can do whatever you want. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. And remember, the early access to performance enhancing drugs, testosterone trend, and so on, as well as the magazines, the videos, the cam girls, all at an early age, could that not rewire the brain? And so I'm not even saying that it's his fault. He's been exposed to all these things at such an early age, and it's rewired his brain quite literally.
I am not a cuck. For anyone out there wondering, there is no cuckoldry going on here.
Double down on the nervous laugh.
Why would he?
Grabbing at a collar that's not even there unless that's a necklace.
I am not a cuck. There is no cuckoldery going on here. When we have visual evidence that he is, I'm not a cuck. There's no cuckoldery going on.
Back to the-
Larry, you think your OF members know I'm a cuck? I can tell them. Most likely. One day, I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuckold. Larry's lying. He's lying. I know correlation doesn't equal causation, but it seems like guys who have abused steroids, trend, etc., they lie. For example, Mr. Mike with his PhD thesis and backdating the thing, saying, no, it's the
Mike-
first draft. But we know he was lying.
Savage.
Larry Wheels. And so, do we see some correlation? Remember, correlation's not equal to causation, but isn't it possible? And so, if Larry actually had any money, why would he be begging people for donations on Kick? I'm not kidding. Would a millionaire, multimillionaire at that, be asking for $10 or $20 donations?
Yeah, you're either at that point extremely broke or extremely greedy. I wouldn't say extremely broke, but cash poor for sure.
MC Hammer broke.
Because you're living that millionaire life for quite some time. We're gonna acquire an expensive lifestyle more often than not, and so I'm sure he's feeling the pain of being low on some cash, but still having that crazy overhead that I'm sure he has. But man, it's one of the two.
On Kick. And so you can see it states chat plus react, Discord, donate. In my opinion, it's frankly embarrassing to ask people to donate money when you have perhaps 10 or 100 times more money than them. Like, imagine if I made this video and I said, hey, could you all please donate me some money?
You're selling products, not the same as donating money, but you do shamelessly plug, and you do a great job, a fine job. Again, no hate on any part of your game here, Coach Greg. I just feel like I'm saving some of the people commenting that for you, right?
Could you please send over $10? I have a Patreon account. I need you all to send me some money. I mean, it's one thing to sell products. For example, Larry Wheels is selling his belt, the lever belt that you can adjust all the time. And so you buy the thing and you make money from that. He has that caffeine thing you put in your mouth, the caffeine jizz, if you will. It's 3 cc's, I believe, and you squirt it in your mouth and you get some caffeine. And so if you want to support Larry, well, buy something from him. To the same extent, if you want to support me, you buy this. We both win. You win by getting more gains, improving the amount of muscle that you build. And I win by, well, helping you as well as helping me. I make money. There's actual profit in this. And so that is how you do it. But begging people for donations on Kick, does that not prove that Larry has no money?
Absolutely correct. Larry, you got a lot of questions to answer here, a lot of explaining to do. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're just gonna continue doing your thing and let it blow over, and it's gonna get old. People are gonna drop it, and I feel like either way, you're gonna be supported. You might as well live your truth. It's already out in the text, and apparently your face is out in the text as well. So crazy work. Leave in the comments what you guys think. If you're surprised to see this, I'm surprised to see this, but I'm excited to continue to watch this develop and get to the bottom of this. Because Larry, come on, bro. Like I said, you got some explaining to do. Catch you on the next one.